500 mètres.
In the passenger seat, Magnaldi has quickly learned the ropes of his new co-driver job.
I'm
really grateful to the people who make the road book. It's extremely precise and well made, so you can't get it wrong. Today the last part was very difficult, but the road book was perfect. We just had a slight issue with our odometer that is a bit off, but now we know it. We'll also remember the impressive crash of the Russian team of Uspensky and Rusov. The G-Force prototype rolls over 6 times at high speed between Assa and Assaken. Seeing the state of their car after the stumble, it's a miracle that the 2 men are unharmed.
It was roughly 175 kilometers per hour, and that's some big jump. And the landing was so bad. We are landing for the right front well, and after that I don't remind and don't calculate it how many spinning we're done.
We are back at the base camp. The other teams have also some work to do on their cars. Every day, dozens of mechanics are busy fixing and pampering the race vehicles. The cars are submitting to a tough treatment, so they have to be thoroughly inspected before the following stage. For the mechanics, sleep hours are a scarce commodity. Let's head back to the track now in the open category, for cars that cannot be part of the official classes T1, T2, T3 or T4. Most of the open competitors use small, lightweight buggies with reasonable horsepower. These vehicles offer a fun show on the Africa Eco race. For instance, Lormont and Jorda in Morocco go from one stage in the top 10 to one night in the desert after mechanical problems. Also on a Predator buggy, Serradori and Launay finished the Moroccan week in 17th position. Le Bigot and Dreux occupy the 25th spot of the standing during the rest day. It's a necessary break before tackling the Mauritanian dunes, a difficult terrain for these small cars. This year, Pitou is taking part in the Africa race for the second time. He's discovering what it's like behind the steering wheel of a Predator, and he's enjoying himself with his friend Patrick Antonioli.
Mais le buggy, c'est un avion de chasse.
The buggy is like a small fighter jet.
Ça surtout permet les erreurs, puisque moi je suis
But it's also very forgiving.
Quand j'arrive vite,
I don't have much experience, so let's say I go too fast and there's a big hole. Well, the Predator allows me that kind of mistake.
Ça pardonne beaucoup.
It's really fun, it's a good car.
C'est pour moi génial.
Let's not forget Enrard and Barbier, the favorites of the open category. In the past 2 years, Enrard has been developing his Dunby buggy, equipped with a diesel engine from Volkswagen. After a few difficult days, the Beetle is now at ease, and after the first week, the Belgian team is just behind the heavyweights of the competition, in 7th position. In the trucks category, halfway through the rally, Boens is in 5th position, quite far behind the leading drivers. The other Belgian truck driver, Noël Essers, is one of the most faithful competitors of the Africa race. Essers is ready to blow his 70th candle, and he's still in excellent shape. After the first rig, he's in 4th position of the trucks category. This leaves 3 more trucks fighting for the top spot. Hungary driver Miklos Kovac sets the fastest stage time in one of the Moroccan stages, and he seems more eager than ever to fight for the title. His competitors are Elizabeth Jacinto and Tomasz Tomyczek. In Dakhla, Jacinto is second of the trucks standing. She has won 2 special stages and is just 12 minutes behind Tomyczek.
Para mais quilómetro, atravessamos o R para a esquerda.
Last year, I was ahead of Tomyczek in Morocco, and then I lost a lot of time in Mauritania. This year, it's the other way round. I'm second before entering Mauritania. I hope things will go better for me there than in previous editions. I know I can do well, but I'm not sure if that will be enough to be in the top position. As usual, the trucks competition is a doozy of a show. The leader, Tomasz Tomyczek, knows that he will need to work hard to secure a 3rd victory. Here is the overall standing. Halfway through the rally, Jackie Lomans appears in 2nd position, 40 minutes behind Schlesser. Sunday, 5th of January. The caravan is having a break in Dakhla, a fabulous spot nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and the desert. It's time to unwind and recharge the batteries for everyone, except maybe the mechanics, who use this time to do a thorough checkup.
Start!
It's also the perfect time to take stock of what's happened so far with the race director René Mege. The Africa race is a difficult rally. That is obvious. Even though we go through well-known spots, we also manage to include some brand new areas and to offer some variety with fast tracks and lots of navigation. I know the competitors have really enjoyed Morocco, especially in the last two stages. They had big smiles on their faces, and that's a great satisfaction for us.
Astique-moi là-bas, là, tiens.
Monday, 6th of January, the breathtaking landscapes of Mauritania reward those drivers who made it this far. Sand and dunes as far as the eye can see. There are 5 more special stages to go in this incredible setting. The week in Mauritania starts strong for Roberto Yotzbacher. He sets the fastest stage time between Dakhla and Chami, and he then wins every second stage. The Austrian rider's talent is blooming under our eyes. Now Robert only has to polish his navigation skills to be able to open the track and stay in front. That's one of the most difficult things to do for the bike riders.
But today it was a lot of navigation, so maybe the navigation works. I have only one time problems with navigation.
You feel you have the potential to win here?
No, I have the problems with the...
Someday.
Oh, we will see. I don't know. Maybe. There's many fast rally riders on the world.
Here is one of the other fast riders. He comes from Italy and he can usually be seen in the European valleys and Bajas. But Barbero is already shining in Mauritania with his KTM 450. He even manages to climb to the 5th spot overall.
I'm scary about the stone. So in Morocco I was very calm. And now in Mauritania, I do what I can do because I'm alone here. My goal is to arrive to Dakar. And for me, the result is not so important. I do what I can do, and if I arrive in good position, for me, it's super.
Winner of the Africa Ego Race on a hybrid bike in 2011, French rider Willy Jobard has set himself another green challenge this year. He's competing with a new machine from the Chinese brand Zhongshan. My goal is to finish the race. The ranking doesn't matter. I want to prove that it's possible to finish the Africa race with this kind of bike. The engine updates an old technology, using water vapor to reduce fuel consumption. But the step to using this technology in a rally raid is another matter.
Le principe est tout simple, c'est qu'on injecte de l'eau.
The principle is very simple. We inject water vapor into the engine. This allows us to regulate our fuel consumption. We use just the right amount of fuel, so we use up less and reduce pollution. This system can be used in cars. Farmers also use it in tractors. It can be used, for example, in portable generators to save energy.
L'air humide sort du réservoir.
The humid air exits the water tank and goes straight into the
Est
reactor.
accolé au pot d'échappement.
That reactor is close to the exhaust pipe, so it heats up and creates dehydrogen.
Va directement rentrer
This
dans-
goes straight into the engine through the
par l'intermédiaire
carburetor.
du carburateur.
After this year's challenge, the French rider has more projects in store. In a few years' time, he wants to do without petrol, using instead ethanol produced from algae.
Je ferai l'Africa
I will do
Race
the
avec
Africa
une
race with a
moto
hybrid
électrique.
bike powered with ethanol from algae. Norbert Dubois is one of the most inconsistent riders of this rally. He spends the race going from the top to the bottom in a heartbeat. Until the morning of stage 8, Dubois still had his chances to climb on the final podium. But then, disaster. Norbert loses 2 hours 18 in the dunes, and his hopes to reach the top vanish. As for Harit Gabari, the bravest of all riders has been gritting his teeth until now. Despite his injury, he manages to overcome one obstacle after another, until the very last stage before Lake Rose.
D'un seul coup, le moteur a lâché.
The engine broke all of a sudden.
Ça faisait un bruit bizarre.
There was a weird noise in the morning.
Ce que j'ai galéré pour...
It's just so gutting to stop now, after all I've been through. That is the reality of rally raid, and Gabari is not the only one to face such mechanical problems. German rider Thomas Schattat repaired his Yamaha's engine in Dakhla, and he kept going, but 2 days later the same problem repeats itself.
Gestern habe ich noch Wartung gemacht an meinem Motor, Öl wechseln und alles. Und,
Just a few kilometers into the special stage, my engine cut out.
Und auf der
I managed to get back to the base camp, but I had to change the whole thing. I was lucky because the elite racing team offered to give me a spare engine that they had. And in exchange, they asked me to ride along with Julia until Dakar. It's a good deal, so I will do what I can to help her out. Every year, Mauritania does its very best to welcome the Africa Acre race. When the caravan comes, the country makes sure to organize special events and visits. For example, the tourism minister has made a special trip to greet the participants and organizers. Every night in the bivouac is a chance to share the day's memories and also to exchange tips and strategies for the following stage. The mornings are generally very early, sometimes misty, and always warmed up by a generous breakfast.
Il est bon, parce que comme je l'ai raté hier, je vais le prendre 2 fois aujourd'hui. Ça va, Elisa?
Bien.
Dis-moi, tu fais ça tout le temps? C'est comment ton prénom?
Aurélie, tous les matins je fais des petits œufs.
Everyone has little secrets to make this the best possible preparation before the race starts. I eat cereal with a yogurt and apple. I eat as much protein as I can, and I try not to drink too much to avoid unnecessary breaks. The loop from Agjucht and back is one of the toughest of the whole race. The dunes are gigantic and soft. It's a real torture for the riders. One fall, 2 falls, and they're back on their feet, but after 10 times, lifting the bikes becomes hell. But many riders make it to the end and pass this grueling test. Dakar is on every driver's mind.